Sunday, the 24th of January. I can never remember what day it is. How's everybody doing? Good to see everyone. I got about 20 people already sitting here waiting. Thanks for being here. And got 5 thumbs up already. Thanks for throwing me the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate that. That does help the channel. Yeah, all those thumbs up definitely, like I've always said in the past, something about the YouTube algorithm. The more thumbs up, the better the channel does. So thank you. Terry Lacey, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Jack Arnold signing on. Hi back to you, Jack. Can everybody hear me, see me okay? Always got to check on that before we really get going here. So if you could, sorry, email popping in there. If you could, make sure to let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. Patrick Forrester, Mark Pearson, Dean Nesbitt. Good to see you, Dean. Dakota Joe telling me coming in good. Good to see you, Joe. T. Nesbitt says he can see me and hear me. I'm fine. I don't know if I'm fine, but thanks. At least you can see me and hear me. Bruce McFadden, Greg Schmidt. Man, all sorts of good people here tuning in. Tim H. Tim, good to see you. Mark Pearson back on. Jim Dabrowski, still using the pro tip thing there, Jim. Thanks again for that. CF, hear me and see me just fine. Cool, great. Hey, let me, hold on. Wanted to put my phone on night mode so phone calls and texts don't come in. Mark McConney, good to see you, man. How's things up in the way up north where you're at? Everett Vanderhyde, good to see you. Dakota Joe's ready to hit the lake. He's going crazy. Yeah, there's ice out there, Joe. They're definitely probably even hold you, you giant. But yeah, there's ice out there, buddy. Get on out there. Gary Lozen, sorry, Bruce McFadden. Gosh darn. Dearborn, Gary down in Dearborn. Bob Hunter throwing me a thumbs up. Thanks, Bob. Like I said, those thumbs up definitely do help. Been a mild winter where you are, huh, Mark? Yeah, us too. Jason C, good to see you, man. Yeah, Mark, us too. I don't want to jinx it in any way, but yeah, it's been mild. Scott Wachner saying he made it. Good to see you, Scott. I know you make it when you can. Hey, I know I get a lot of emails and, whatever. Emails mostly to people, hey, sorry I don't make it every Sunday, try to tune in later. That's great. People put that in the comments all the time. Hey, that's great. Tune in whenever you can. That's the great thing about these live shows is Mark, hey man, thank Mark Somerville. Thanks for the super chat, Mark. You're a good guy. Real good guy. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of guys say, hey, I can't catch it on Sunday, but that's the beauty of these live things. Yeah, you can watch them whenever you want. Bob Hunter already telling me the Bills score 10-0 Kansas City over to Kansas City. Guys, I know this is not fishing related, but I am still in awe of Tom Brady. I don't know. If you're a Tom Brady fan or you're not a Tom Brady fan, I personally respect the guy. You got to respect somebody with that kind of work ethic. I cannot believe that this guy is going back to another Super Bowl. I mean, that just, to me, that is that's legendary. That truly is legendary. I mean, that's a big plug for him to be in the GOAT, no doubt about it. Dave Stafford gone, yeah. Leroy Downing tuning in. Leroy from Purple Taco Fly Supply. If you got any questions for Leroy regarding Purple Taco, he's here to help you out. He loves being here, listening to everybody, talking to everybody. Loves it. Great for him to be here. Great resource for you guys and gals out there. If you want to bounce anything off Leroy, please do. Man, he makes good products too. Love Purple Taco stuff. Like many of you out there, love Purple Taco stuff. If you don't know what Purple Taco Fly Supply is, if you're new to the channel, hey, it's a way that you can build your own trolling flies at a fraction of the price. We all know. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Probably tears for Tom Brady. He's so good. Anyway, we all know a trolling fly, what it costs at the store. I mean, $6, $7, $5, $6, $7, something like that. You can make your own trolling flies at home for a fraction. I mean, a fraction, probably like a quarter. All said and done, hooks, material, line, everything like that, like $1 a fly probably, if that. And if you want to learn how to make your own trolling flies, if you haven't checked it already, check out our very first video on this channel. It's how to tie your own trolling flies. Man, there's a lot of good information there. You can go out there and make your own flies. Nothing cooler than catching a fish on something that you designed, the colors that you came up with, or maybe your kids came up with, something you did together, something you did with your parents, something you did with your wife or your husband, something you did, and you go out and you catch a fish with it. Man, that is cool. That is really, really cool. All right. All right, so where are we going here? I'd like to wait till about 5-6 minutes to go on the fishing report to make sure more people get here. We're running up to almost 50 people now, so we'll give it just a little more time. Yeah, Dakota Joe, I saw your video on salmon candy and the 3-packs for 18 bucks without a leader. That's $6 a fly with no hook, no leader, no nothing. That I never trash talk anybody. You guys know that. I'm positive to everybody out there, but that is a high price. And all I can say on that is you can make your own for a fraction. And they're whatever you make, you know, they're going to be good quality. So I don't know if Scott from Dreamweaver is going to be here tonight. If he already chirped on here, I didn't see him. Are you planning to come out with new fly recipes? Bruce McFadden wants to know, are we coming out with new fly recipes for 2021? Yep. The answer to that is yes. Still got them in the works. The thing about it is, Bruce, I'm coming up now with new flies that really the majority of them are going to be untested. You know, they're just going to be things that I have a notion that's going to work in some way, or something that somebody else has used and maybe gave me the recipe. I didn't have a whole lot of time last year to make up new flies and come up with new recipes. You know, we got 25 or 30 already on the books. That's a lot of flies. So, you almost start running out of really, the ideas after a while. But once I get in there and I start looking at all the colors and my brain starts, clackety-clacking, the gerbils start running up there. I start seeing things, and normally I can put together some pretty good stuff. I might go all peanut flies this year. If that's something you guys and gals would be more interested in, if you would rather have 5 new fly recipes for peanut flies versus regular flies, hey, let me know that. Put it in the comments. If we would like 5 new peanut flies, we can do that also. That's no problem. That might actually be a good idea. That might be the way I go this year. I've had a lot of emails over the years for peanut flies, so that's not a bad idea. We'll see. All right, 7 minutes in. Let's do the fishing report. So the last couple of weeks, I've asked people to send in their fishing reports for their areas. This week, I just had one person send in a report. It's Mark Miller from over in the Linden-Fenton area. Mark, hey, thanks for sending this in. I do appreciate it. And I can see you guys already talking on there. Talk amongst yourselves, your reports. Let people know what's going on in your area. But if you do want to contribute to what I read here every Sunday or what I give out, just email me a report like Saturday or Sunday, christangletackle@gmail.com. I'm happy to get that report out for you guys. I don't have to use your name if you don't want me to. Totally up to you. Whatever you'd like to contribute is much appreciated. But Mark Miller, Fenton, Linden area, he says Lake Fenton. Panfish are okay. Lots of small ones, he says, because there's lots of pressure out there. 5 to 6 inches of ice, and the crappie have been good off the public beach around the drop-off. He said minnows have been best on the crappie. So if you're in that area, I'm sure you understand what that report means a lot better than I do. Your area is better than I do. And then Silver Lake, he said, lots of small bluegill and a few pikes showing up. So that's great. And then he also wanted me to plug this, and I have no problem doing this because it's a good cause. He said the Linden-Fenton Ice Tournament is going to be going on February 13th this year. And it supports a lot of their local a lot of the local products and local things for their growth in their area. And if you're interested in getting involved in that Linden-Fenton Ice Tournament, he's going to have more information next week. So I'll put that out next week also. But yeah, if it's for, community, kids, good causes, I have no problem giving shout outs to whatever is needed shouting out. All right, then around here, Manistee area, surrounding areas somewhat. Like I said, I didn't get any reports from anybody up in Traverse or Mason County today or this week, so I'll go off what I know around here. And the big one around here is Portage Lake. Portage Lake has got good ice right out front. Again, probably 5 to 7 inches right out front. By out front, I mean right off the main launch in the village. If you go right by the hardware, the village is right there on the south side. go right off the main launch, 5 to 7 inches out there, fish straight off that. Work anywhere from 15, maybe even 12 to 20 foot of water out there. They're finding pretty good perch out there and pretty good panfish out there. From what I'm hearing, is the pink and the orange tungsten jigs have been best tipped with spikes and waxies. And those guys are just out there jigging them, almost dead sticking them. I heard dead sticking them was almost better. And then I didn't hear anything on the pike spearing out there. I don't know many people out there that are doing it right now. I'm sure there are. There normally is. Excuse me. But the further you get west out on Portage Lake, just remember the ice is going to get worse and worse and worse because you're going to get towards the Lake Michigan Channel. Be very, very careful. I did see some guys fishing off Little Eden Bay, which sits on the north side of the lake towards the west, and that can build up ice pretty quickly. But be careful getting out around Andy's Point, which is the big point where the green buoy is. If you get out towards that area, I can guarantee you that ice is going to get a little sketchy, so be real careful out there, okay? But yeah, but sounds like perch and bluegill are showing up. Like I said, pink and orange tungsten jigs, spikes and waxies have been hitting them pretty good. Manistee Lake still doesn't have real good ice on it. Some guys still going out with boats around the 7 and 9 buoys, hitting perch out there with perch rigs and minnows. That's good to know. Bear Lake's got decent ice on it. A lot of guys out there. There's good crappie out on Bear Lake. If you look right off the Blarney Castle gas station, there's a little fixture that runs out there, a little bit of structure, and that's where most of the guys sit for crappie right there. You know, just jigging minnows out there. You know, towards dark is always a little bit better. So that's a great place to go also. Hamlin Lake, I didn't hear anything on it. I heard one little rumor about the Narrows, and that's all I heard. Normally, if it's the Narrows, it's probably going to be walleye. So if you're down by Hamlin, and if the ice is good out there, you know, just be careful still. That's a place you might want to look. All right, and again, that was like third, fourth-hand information. So I don't know a whole lot more on that. What else do I got for you around? The river has been decent around here. Again, it's kind of hit and miss. The big steely push is not on yet. It seems like it's been ebbing and flowing. Like it'll act like it's going to just charge on one day, and then all of a sudden ebb back a little bit from what I've heard. But again, double bead rigs, you know, floating under bobbers out there, and some plug fishing has been okay. The typical colors you're going to find out there, the poison apple or the greens, the oranges, the yellows, even almost the reds will work really good for you out there as well. And if you need to know what a double bead rig is, you can hop on the channel here. Just look up my video I did with Captain Jake on Riverside Charters. We went out there and fished today. I showed everybody how to do double bead rigs, and we caught some fish. Caught a fish. It was a tough day. But a lot of good information on that video. If you don't know what it is, it's really easy to do. Really easy. And you shouldn't have any problem doing it. That is really it. That's all I got for the fishing report tonight. Hopefully that helps you out. You know, Portage Lake here, when it's going, when first ice gets on there, it's a madhouse out there like it was over the weekend. I didn't go out there. Part of me wanted to, but I didn't want to because it can get just so crazy out there. I'll wait a little longer. I'll wait till the ice gets a little better on the south side. I got a couple of nice little spots over there that I always go to. Always seem to do pretty well. I love tip up fishing over there, so I'll wait a little longer. I'm not gonna you know, pass away from not getting out there. We'll get there eventually. All right, yeah, that's your fishing report. What else did I want to talk about tonight? What was it? Oh, I just wanted to throw this out there. So for charter fishing this year, as of February 1st for my charter, my rates are changing. They're not exactly going up, but they're changing slightly. So if you want to get in at the rate that I have locked in right now, you got to book a charter with me before February 1st. And you can find my website. If you want to see the new rates, just go on darkbluecharters.com, DARKBLUE charters.com. You'll find all the rates right there on the first page. And hey, you know, if you go on there and check out the website, just that alone, I appreciate that also. Yep. I always appreciate good feedback, what you guys think on the website and whatnot. Anyway, darkbluecharters.com. And all right, guys, gals, that's about all the stuff I got. Oh, no, I had one other thing. Sorry. Last week, I showed you the GRC trolling flies, and I talked a little bit about these. These are made by Patrick out there in, I forget where he's at. He's in New York, I know that. But Patrick hand ties all these in his house all by himself. Does a really nice job, has a nice website, grctrollingflies.com. I'm a Dreamweaver guy through and through, and it's hard to beat a pickled sunshine. I got it right there. It's hard to beat a bunch of those Dreamweaver flies. But I got on board with GRC flies for really one reason. I like the guy and I like what he does. I'll always be a Dreamweaver guy through and through. But man, I do like helping out good companies and good people. And this guy is a nice guy. I like what he does. It's homegrown, home-based quality. Ties all his own flies, all his own rigs. And I'll show you one of the rigs. Your flies are going to come with a tournament setup. The main hook, the treble hook and the octopus hook. And he does a real nice job on these things. So you're going to get a tournament rig along with your fly. And if you can hear this, he actually has a rattle in there, right there above the octopus hook. He's got a little rattle in there. And his knots, his hooks, they're quality. He does a nice job. So if you're looking for a good, I look at it this way. I'm a Dreamweaver guy, but I got a toolbox, and I got to put tools in my toolbox. I got Dreamweaver tools in there. I've got Stinger tools in there. I have got Moonshine tools in there. I've now got GRC flies in there. It's just more tools into your toolbox. That's the way I look at it. There's no reason to say, hey, there's no reason to ever say, hey, I am this through and through. I'll never change it. I drive a Chevy and a Chevy only. I will never change anything. Well, you're selling yourself a little short there. I get it, or loyalty to a brand. I totally get it. But when it comes to fishing, don't sell yourself short. Look for good tools that you can use that'll work for you, put in your toolbox. So that's the reason I got in with GRC trolling flies. I like the guy. I like what he does. I like his rigs. He does a real nice job. Hey, if you get a chance, just check him out. That's all I can do. Give him a little support here, and I'm sure all you nice people out there will do the same. Cool. All right. We're almost up to about 20 minutes. At about 20 minutes, that's when I give the pro tip of the week. So we're going to wait a little bit. If you've got any questions, comments, concerns, criticism, throw it out there. Yeah. Good walleye and perch in Portage Lake for ice fishing? Yeah, definitely, Dean. Yeah, there's good walleye in Portage Lake. Definitely good perch also. We get the Lake Michigan perch that come in. Good size, good quantity at times. Especially when the ice really gets really good over by the hotel on the far west end. Call it the hotel hole over there. Can be some really good big perch that come in there. It's a 50-foot deep hole though. A good Vexilar or a good system is going to do you wonders over there. Yeah, good question though, Dean. I feel like I'm missing a lot of good comments coming in. I know I always do. It's hard for me to talk and think at the same time. So who out there is doing tournaments this year? Who wants to get into the local tournament? That's something I never really plug, and I probably should because they're also good people. Everybody out there, if you're looking to get into a salmon tournament, don't let it intimidate you. I waited way too many years before I really started getting into, Jim and I and the team really started getting hardcore into the tournaments. I always looked at the big charter boats and the pro boats and thought, nah, these guys are pros, can't compete with these guys. And then we got into it and we realized, hey, we can compete with these guys. We can compete, and sometimes we actually won. So don't be intimidated about getting into salmon tournaments. There's skill levels for everybody, and there's different buy-ins for everybody. You can get in for as cheap as $100, or you can get into some of the big tournaments where you can win over $30,000, especially at the Ludington Big Boys. Boy, there's some big money that floats around down there. But yeah, you can get in really cheap, and you can just have a blast. Something about competition, especially you're doing something you love like fishing, and you get into competition on top of that. Man, that's a blast. So if you're looking to get into tournament fishing here, look up Tournament Trail. It's tournamenttrail.net. All the tournaments are listed right there, all the dates. I believe most of them have the buy-ins. If not, you can go on to the host tournament websites. And man, I tell you what, you can really get in there and have a good time. And not only that, you get out there and you get to the weigh-ins and you start running into people you start meeting people and you start making these friendships and networking, getting other information and learning other things, and just good people out there. And there's always good food and always good drink, and it's just a really fun time. So anyway, I highly recommend it. Don't be intimidated. If you want to get in some tournaments, hey, go for it. It's worth it. All right, we're at 20 minutes, so pro tip of the week. Here we go. I got to do my crazy pro tip of the week intro. Yes. It's so good. All right, pro tip of the week. I went over this, I did a video last week on, was it last week? Man, I can't remember. I did a video very recently on flasher fly, dipsy rigging, flasher fly rigging. And during that video, if you haven't checked it out, you're welcome to. But I went over how I tie my leader links for my flies. And I wanted to do that again tonight to show you exactly how I do that. Because that's still one of the number one questions that I see pop up on here that I'm always answering, or somebody else is. That's a huge question. So this is the way I tie my leader links for my flies, or the way I figure them out. I used to, and I said this in the last video, but I'll say it again, I used to overthink this way too much. Way too much. I used to have little things drawn out on my boat, or rulers or tape measures where I would be precise. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with dialing something in, but I do it this way now, and I think I actually catch more fish doing it this way. So the way I measure my leader links is I grab the hook and I bend my hand just like that right there. So my hand actually, it locks in. I can't bend it anymore. Then right where I want to tie it, I run it right up to the top of my shoulder, right there at the end of the collarbone. And that right there is my exact leader length. And I've never measured it, but I gotta think it's right around maybe 23, 24 inches. That's how I do it all the time. And I'm telling you, it catches fish for me. It's super fast. You're on the boat. You don't have to break out a tape measure or something else. You don't have to, slow down, take some time to do that. Measure it out just like that. You're good to go. Another fast way to do it, and most people, or a lot of people I see do it this way, 3 times the length of the flasher. So the way I do that is I just hook the hook right there on the flat end of the flasher, right around the nose, right back to the nose. And I'm actually about an inch longer on the way I do it. So probably 24 inches. That's another good fast way to do it. All right. Double pearl spin doctor. This thing is so good. And this fly, this spin doctor, and this fly combination, holy cow, is this a good combo. You talk about lights out combo. There's hardly a day on my boat or on the tournament boat that we're not running that flasher right there. And that is just a good flasher. Then again, a little way to store it, pool noodle, cut with a slit in it, right over the top. I like doing it on the fin side because you can pop them into those leader mates from Dreamweaver. I got one of those over here somewhere, I think. Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Riveting entertainment when the guy just walks away. Yeah, hold on. I'll get you back here. Sorry about that, but these are the leader mates, or I'm sorry, leader mates, the flasher files from Dreamweaver. I actually got one of the dead set releases in there too. I'll show you that here in a second. A lot of people like to see that, but yeah. Flasher file, it's a nice big Plano box. Inside, it's got all the notches cut out for your spin doctors or your paddles. So, yeah, pop that pool noodle on there, or a pipe insulator. I like doing it, like I said, on the fin side being up. It fits in there better, and then just wrap your fly around it. Pop the hooks into the pool noodle. Slap that thing right in there. There you go. And then you can fit one, two, there's a bunch. You can fit a bunch in there. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit finagly with the pool noodle on there, but it definitely works. These are great to have on the boat. I probably have, I can't think how many of these I have on the boat. I probably got 10 or 12 of these things on the boat, just full of stuff. Just a great way I can go to, pop it out of a drawer, grab what I want, close it back up, throw it aside, just so I'm not getting hooks in my feet or in the customer's feet or in my hands or the customer's hands or anything like that. Yeah, so great system. All right, then some people wanted to see the Dreamweaver dead set release. This is the downrigger release that I use on our boat and many other boats. The tournament boat, my boat, a bunch of other captains do it as well. So it's going to be kind of hard to see this, but a lot of people wanted to see this. So your downrigger line comes down, attaches here at the top. You got a 50-pound bungee right there. You got a black style release next, and another 50-pound bungee under that, and your cannonball goes right there. All right, that thing right there will stretch like crazy. You get that cannonball jumping up and down if you bring it up too fast or you bump the arm. It's really easy to ask me how I know this, how I know how easy it is to bring cannonball up too fast, then double clutch it, and then snap it off and watch your cannonball and your fishhawk probe sink to the bottom of Lake Michigan. Ask how I know how that happens, because I did it. And right after that, we went to these, and we never had another problem like that. So if I do run a probe on mine, and I do on my my out and down downrigger on the starboard side, I put the probe at the top. So downrigger line down to the probe, attach the probe, then the bottom of the probe to the top of that dead set release. Great system. It'll save you money. It'll save you probes too, which is a good thing. All right, what else you guys got? Any questions? If not, we can jump out here. We can go watch the rest of the football games. I'm sure that's probably what you'd rather do. Matt Preston, so what do I think of the Doctor Tender for the flasher storage? You know what? I have a couple of those, Matt, and they work good. They're a little bit bigger than the Dreamweaver files, but they do hold more. So you got to think, do you got enough room in your boat to hold those bigger files? And if you do, yeah, they work great. I would say either one is usable. For my money, though, I do like the Dreamweaver style just because it is a little bit more compact. I can get it into my storage down under, under my seats and things like that, where the bigger ones might not fit. Yeah, good question though, Matt. Real good question. They do work though. You hook my fish hawk to the top of that. Yeah, Will Spencer, I do. Like I said, downrigger line down to the probe, attach the probe, and then the bottom of the probe right there. Yeah, probe on top. You don't want the probe on the bottom. You don't want to get. You don't ever want to get that probe down on the bottom of that thing, because you get that thing too deep down. You're not paying attention. You ram that thing down on the bottom. That might save you a little bit. That little bit, at 24 inches or so, might save you some grief for sure. Dean, just getting started in salmon tournaments. Which one is the best for beginners? Man, that's a tough one. They're all really good. All of them have. Well, I can't say all of them. Some of them have 333 formats, which is all one division, but the majority of the tournaments have an amateur division and a pro division. And you can get in the amateur division and just have a blast. I've seen first-timers out there join the amateur division and win the tournament. It really, don't sell yourself short. Don't be intimidated just because the word tournament's in there. Don't be. You'll be just fine. But if I was going to pick one, if I was brand new and just getting in, I'm a Manistee guy, so man, you can't go wrong with the Budweiser or the Salmon Splash right here in Manistee, or the Onekama one. Those are all good ones. If you want to beef it up a little bit more competition, Grand Haven, Ludington, those are some of the bigger ones on the trail. The Splash in Manistee can be a pretty good-sized one. Frankfurt's a fun one. I forgot about Frankfurt. Frankfurt's another one I would look at if I was brand new at it and going up there. The people are so nice up there. I really enjoy that one. Always enjoyed Frankfurt. Something about it. Good question, though. Real good question. All right, we're 30 minutes in. July or August? They're spread out all over the all over the calendar, Dean. Yeah. There's tournaments in July and August. I'd fish either one. They're all good. Yeah, Aaron Craig, that's a good point. The later seasons might be a little bit better. There's a little more fish around. Yeah, the August ones might be a little bit better. It's a good point. All right, we just flipped a half hour into this thing. We got almost 80 people here, but let's wind it down. Let's go watch the rest of the football game. Wouldn't that be something to see Tom Brady versus? Well, it's going to be Brady versus the Chiefs or the Bills. It's going to be one of the two. But Brady versus Mahomes would be great, and then Brady versus I can't think of the Bills quarterback, but he's a darn good quarterback too. Can't think. Anyway, either one of those is going to be a darn good Super Bowl. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's get out of here. 30 minutes in. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for the super chat. I believe Mark Somerville, I believe that was you, the super chat. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate the channel support. Check us out online. If you want to go charter fishing with us, please look up the website, www.darkbluecharters.com. I would love to have you guys and gals out there on the boat. It's going to be a good year. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get out of here. All right, take care, everyone. Be safe. Later.